Hello angels, welcome back to the Cosmic Tailor. If you are new here, hi, I'm Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. And today I am making this reading the same day I am uploading it, which is August 11th. So if this isn't on August 11th, then you know I lied to you and I'm sorry. But that's my intention for today. I really Spirit has been really talking to me and hounding on me about the fact that I keep uploading these videos out of order, right? And before it wasn't a big deal, but something about the 8-8 portal has changed everything. And so Spirit is like, I need you to upload all the readings. No deleting them. Upload every single one of the older readings every Monday, but from here on out, I need you to record and upload readings every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, day of, please. And so, because Spirit is kind to me and speaks nice to me. Because I've learned how to be kind to Spirit and speak nice to Spirit. Judgment! Okay. That's interesting. 111 on the timer. I wonder why she's here. There is something a bit strange about the energy. Look at what happened to my nails, guys. I haven't painted them in a minute because when I painted them, ignore how dry my skin is. Alright, listen. I don't want to talk about it. My nails broke and now I look like, which is fine because it's not wrong, but it's still anyways. So, Two of Cups, Judgment, the Hermit. Interesting. There is something here about being worried about image. Clear. Because when the Hermit moves into the Two of Cups energy, ooh, Hermit with the Seven of Swords. Interesting. When the Hermit goes into Two of Cups energy, collaboration energy, right? It can be very nerve-wracking. Ooh, I know it is for me. I know it's really nerve-wracking for me. I don't like working with people, but I need to work with people because this is what I do. I do tarot readings, and I do art, and I do animation, and I do story building and story writing. And if I don't have 2, 3, 4 on the timer, other people's opinions, or if I don't value other people's input, then I can make things that aren't very quality, you know what I mean? Or if I don't have or tap into your energy, 2, 4, 6 on the timer, then I cannot deliver readings to you, right? In a right way, you know what I mean? It's if I didn't take the time to try to tap in and tune into your energy, I would never be able to read your energy. Therefore, these readings would be useless to you. So in order to go against that, I actively set intentions to connect with you guys. Every single time I record a reel, anytime I record a video like this, anytime I have my channel in mind, I know that I'm making something for you, for me, 3, 2, 1 on the timer, something that correlates and corresponds to us and what we need to hear and what we need to do, because I'm part of this collective as well, right? So either lessons that I've already learned or lessons that need to be learned will be brought to the forefront on this channel every time. I am a Virgo stellium in the 8th house. It is my duty to help people go through deep transformative processes by going through the nitty-gritty and looking at the details within themselves, looking to perfect their healing process in order to reach their highest timeline. You know what I mean? And not to say that healing is perfect in any way, shape, or form, but knowing and having the proper tools and honing those tools to move forward and heal in a way that is very significantly aligned and dramatic to you. You know what I mean? It's I'm here to show you how to use the hammer. I'm here to show you how to fix your axe. I'm here to show you how to sharpen your sword. I'm here to show you how to make one torch last, you know? That's what I'm here for. That's why I do these readings. That's why I do all of this. And so anytime I bring up something that triggers you or brings something out of you, I saw 444 on the timer, bring something up inside of you that is hard or something that is difficult to really connect to or understand, something that brings up feelings that you thought were already gone. It's specifically to bring your attention to those details so you're able to like slightly change, what's the word? I don't want to say critique because it's not critique. It's just putting in like the detail work of your tools so that you can fill the gap and patch the hole and move forward in a way that is more healthy and in a way that is more aligned to you. You get what I mean? Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense because I'm talking a lot here. But yeah, with the Seven of Swords here with the Hermit, like, I feel like there's a genuine fear for this collective of showing up and existing in the world in a way where it's like inauthentic, or in a way where people don't believe you for who you are, or you showing up in a way where you're not yourself because of the sheer fact that you don't know how to reintegrate, right? 555 on the timer, or for the sheer fact that you don't know how to interact with people, or you don't know how to connect with people the same way anymore, right? And fearing that you're going to show up in a way like that a past version of you would. But yeah, look at this, Seven of Swords in the reverse with the Fool. There's nothing here. Like, you are not somebody that will go back to old ways or turn back to who you used to be simply because you're in a new situation, right? Because even if you were in that position where you started going back and turning back to who you were before, it would feel so unaligned, right? If you have been using these readings as a way to heal yourself, to reflect on things, to actually work on your tools, work on your healing journey, work on putting yourself together and patching yourself up. These are my cards, by the way. That's so funny. I didn't think they were gonna stand up like this. But if you have been using these readings properly, 654 on the timer, then you have been slowly breaking down and recognizing that the emotional baggage that you have is something that can be processed, not something that has to be carried. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, itchy nose. And same thing when it comes to spiritual baggage, same thing when it comes to physical baggage, same thing when it comes to mental baggage. It can all be healed, it can all be broken down, it can all be processed, it can all be changed. Sure, you might not. I actually had this conversation with my friend the other night where we were talking about how societal pressures and expectations affect us from such an early age. Specifically, he's a man. I am not a girl or a boy. I am a person, okay? I am just a human being. I am gender fluid. That means that my identity does not stay the same. It's changing all the time. And it's not, oh, I don't even want to get into it. If you have something to say about that, talk to a wall, not me, okay? Because I will give you the same amount of freaking... I will give you the same amount of interaction as a brick wall. All right, buddy? Anyway, but growing up, female presenting, very feminine presenting, I have been put on a lot of different societal pressures and expectations of being a healer in the first place, and of being a nurturer, being the person that was considerate, compassionate, thinking about other people, thinking about other people's feelings, and actively going out of my way to make sure that I was taking care of other people's feelings before I was taking care of myself, right? And my friend, he has been going through the expectations of growing up having to not be emotional at all, not being able to express himself, not having real friendships, not having real emotional connections, because God forbid he exist in a way where he can actually express himself and everything's fine, you know what I mean? And he talks about how much it sucks because it's like anytime he tries to open up to women, anytime he tries to open up to his men friends, anytime he tries to open up to family, etc., it's always met with the same kind of energy of writing it off, downplaying it, or disregarding his feelings entirely, right? Especially when it comes to women, because women will be like, oh, you think that's hard? Well, imagine being a woman. Okay, wow, you think that sucks? Imagine existing in this world where you can't even have access to your own fucking bodily autonomy. And this is to say that I don't think either party is wrong. Okay, I think women have had to deal with enough in societally for the past 100,000 fucking years, the last thing that women should have to do is solve this male loneliness problem as well. You know what I mean? But I also agree that it's so fucked up that women would only ever want to focus on the struggles that they're going through, that they cannot be there for their male counterparts. You know what I mean? Not for the predators that we're always fucking horrified of. 10-10 on the timer. But for our counterparts, the actual friends, the genuine protectors, the ones that will actually get in the way and keep you safe from another person, right? Because they do exist. They are out there. One family, one storm, 6 hours. What? Okay. All right. That was a confirmation notification. But, like, yeah, it is one family. It is one family mentality. Like, we have to start being more considerate of each other, I definitely think. Like, you know what I mean? But simultaneously, these things are so deeply ingrained in us, so deeply taught into us from such a young age. Like, for me to be considerate and compassionate of everybody else, for me to really downplay myself and not think about or consider my own feelings or what I'm dealing with or experiencing. And he, on the other end, is so used to, like, not even thinking about how he feels, 11:11 on the timer, that it's like almost out of the question to bring it up. You know, it's like he's so used to being punished for having feelings that he never feels like he can express them. You know what I mean? And I really hope he doesn't mind me talking about this. Well, this is like a pretty common experience that a lot of men have anyways. You know what I mean? And we were talking about how it feels like, he was talking about how it feels like it's impossible for him to ever really get out of that, and like it will be impossible for him to heal from that and get better from that, and like for things to actually change. And I told him that I genuinely believe that he can. I genuinely believe that nothing is unhealable. I genuinely believe that everything can change. That is just nature of everything. Nothing in this entire world stays the same forever, right? It can stay the same forever if you choose it to be, but it's not going to stay the same. It's only going to get worse if you don't try to fix it, right? 12:12 on the timer. So, what do we do? What are we going to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the time to slowly shred those walls down, to slowly break that stuff down. If those internal dichotomies or just those internal structures are so, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer, taking one step out of a time, okay? If those internal structures are so big, so strong, so impossible to move, like it feels impossible to actually change, then we're going to treat it like a mountain. 1, 2, 4, 8 on the timer. We're going to treat it like a mountain, and we're going to be the wind picking up the sand and slowly eroding that shit down. Is that to say that every single day we're going to be as powerful and strong and willing to break that shit down? No, not every day. We're not going to feel that kind of strength to do that every single day. Sometimes there's not going to be any wind. Sometimes we're not going to be able to pick anything up. Sometimes the wind will fold to the mountain. That's okay. That's okay. What's not okay is giving up. Giving up and not trying to break it down, not trying to take that shit down, because ultimately at the end of the day, even if you don't break it down fully in your life, even if you do die and it's still built into you in some kind of way, you will have eroded it so much that the peaks and the cliffs and the edges will have smoothed out. And it won't hurt to feel inside of you as much anymore. And it won't feel like it's jabbing you and stabbing you and causing you serious pain anymore. It'll maybe feel like a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit like an ache. And that is so much better than living with a giant mountain up your ass, okay? You know what I mean? You feel me? You feel me, collective? With the Fool and the Seven of Swords in the reverse, like, you need to trust that you will never be able to be the same. 14:14 on the timer. Because you've already been doing this work. You have already been changing in such minute ways for so long. Like, minor adjustments. You keep taking minor adjustments, making minor adjustments to yourself, to your healing, to your daily routines, to the way that you act, interact, react to everything. You have been changing on such in such small ways that it's kind of like crochet. Like, you've been putting it's just one loop at a time, right? But you've been making so much progress that you're almost an entire freaking quilt now, okay? Like, you cannot compare a quilt to a ball of yarn. It's two completely different things because there's been so much time, effort, and labor put into making that ball of yarn a quilt that it's not, you could never compare them to be the same thing. And it's kind of the same thing as like comparing a ball of yarn to the wool on a sheep. Like, you didn't, so much time, effort, and energy so much labor had to be put into making that making that wool into yarn that you can't compare the two, you know what I mean? And to try to, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Yeah, maybe they're both fruit, but ultimately they're not the same. Like, you're not the same. You can't compare yourself to who you were before because you've put too much time, effort, and energy into the labor of becoming who you are. Yeah, the Fool with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, you've taken too much time to walk away and leave behind your stupid ways. Like, that's the way I'm hearing it. 15:51 on the timer. Like, I am safe and everything is okay. My reminder that I have for 12 p.m. every day. You are safe and everything is okay. It's okay. Yeah, you're smarter now. With the Knight of Swords upright, you are smarter now. You know what you're doing. You know what action you're taking. 16:16 on the timer. You know where you need to go, what you need to do. Like, you need to just have a little bit more faith and trust in yourself, my friend. All right? Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Knave of Coins in the reverse, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. Can we get some clarification here? With the Hierophant in the reverse and the Queen of Coins underneath that, yeah, you are doing something that is really not traditional, but it is bringing in a lot of stability and safety for yourself, okay? Hanged Man in the reverse, the High Priestess, the Two of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. You are not protecting yourself from yourself right now. If Spirit has anything to say to you right now, it's like Spirit needs you to be a lot more compassionate and kind with yourself and discerning of when you are being your worst enemy, right? Because with the Moon here, like, there is something that feels hidden to you, but really it's not that anything is being hidden from you. It's the fact that you are trying to allow parts of yourself to hide from yourself, or you are trying to allow yourself to hide like these feelings and this resentment you have towards yourself for who you are, where you're at, what you're doing, etc., right? So with the Knight of Swords being clarified by the Hanged Man in the reverse, it's like you are not trusting the information that you've been given. You're not trusting yourself in the process of growth. You're not trusting yourself in this process of building yourself up, of becoming who you really are inside. You're not allowing yourself to actually take the time and appreciate the fact that you have grown so much. You're no longer a seed. You are a fully grown rosebud, a fully grown, fully blossomed rose, right? And it's the sad thing is like you have the opportunity to be having so much fun and excitement right now. You have the opportunity to be enjoying every aspect of your life right now. You could be dancing a lot more right now. But instead you feel kind of at like this impasse where you're kind of scared of like in doing anything, enjoying anything, because you're scared of being hurt again. Because you have that wisdom, that knowing, that understanding of what hurt is, of what it's like to be hurt, of what it's like to be suffering. The Moon card and the High Priestess, like, you know what's in the dark. You know what exists in the dark. You know what happens out there. You know what it's like being out in the world and not being... I'm hearing the song Careful by Cardi B. Be careful with me. Notice like the moon down here with the High Priestess. Yeah, like, there's like a genuine fear of being expressed and seen, and that's okay because you've been through a lot. It's just that like now you're not going through or committing to any of the plans or ideas that you have with the Knave of Coins in the reverse and the Two of Swords in the reverse. Like, it's like you're not making any plan. It's like you're kind of just standing here, sitting here in this energy, so scared and unsure of what to do or where to go because you don't want the repercussions. You don't want to deal with the repercussions. You're scared of things being painful again with the Five of Wands showing up out here. But the way that it's showing up in the reverse and the Queen of Wands in the reverse showing up underneath it, Spirit is like you're not even giving yourself the opportunity to be strong and defend yourself from your own hateful, cruel thoughts. You're not even giving yourself the chance to go up against that imposter, you know. And the fact that the reminder is still up here, it says, I am safe and everything is okay, right? Like, it's a constant. You are safe and everything is okay. It is a constant. That's not going to change. That is not going to change. Out of everything in your life, the one thing that is going to stay the freaking same as long as you continue doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? Staying aligned with safety and protection, i.e., staying aligned with your life and who you are, you will always be safe and you will always be protected. You will always be safe and you will always be protected. Always. Always. Okay? You don't have to fear what life is going to give you. You really don't. There's really not, like, it's kind of silly. No, like, I'm not trying to, like, make fun of you or hate on you or anything, but it's like, you don't even recognize how strong you are for making it this far in the first place, and you don't even realize how, like, wonderful and impressive it is that you've gotten to this place. Like, it's such a beautiful space. You just don't have the compassion or empathy to extend towards yourself, or at least you're working on gaining that compassion and empathy to extend towards yourself. And 2112 on the timer, Spirit really just needs, like, you to put a mirror up to yourself. Please put a mirror up to yourself and ask yourself the question, oh my gosh. Calm down. Ask yourself the question, like, is this actually helpful? Is this action, is this behavior, is this the way that I'm speaking towards myself, the way that I'm reacting, interacting with myself and others, etc., etc., is this actually helpful? Is this actually helpful? Or is this, like, is this actually helpful, or is this detrimental to my internal stability, to my well, I was about to say fear of stability and safety. That's crazy. Are you scared of being stable and safe, collective? That actually is, like, kind of really sad. 2222 on the timer. Oh no. I was gonna say detrimental to the security and safety within oneself. You gotta, like, really start asking the question, like, is a life hidden behind fear really the life that you want to live? Is that the life that you want to leave behind? Because this is, like, I'm hearing Ray's album, the song Happier Times Ahead, where she's like, we all only have one life. We only get one life. Life is hard, life isn't fair, but we only get one. And whatever may come, find a little faith and look ahead. There will be happier times. Again. Literally. Please go listen to that album. Go listen to that entire album. I think it's called this, like, these songs may contain hope, or this album may contain hope. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. It's actually one of my favorite albums. Like, it's so good. This music may contain hope. Listen to the entire thing, from the first song to the last song, because it's everything that we've been talking about here. Exactly. Like, so many struggles, so much pain, so much suffering, all for what? I don't know. You decide. What for? What was it all for? Show me. Show me what it was all for. Show me what you went through all of this for. Do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Show me why you got to this point in the first place. Show me why you're here. Show me why you've gotten this far. Show me how. If you can't show me or give me a reason why, tell me how. Express, show, reveal yourself, allow yourself to exist outside in this world. Why? Why are you here? And I'm not asking that as in, why are you alive and existing in this space? I'm asking that as, what are you going to do to prove that it was all worth it? What action are you going to take to prove that it was all worth it? Are you going to take a chance on yourself, or are you going to leave yourself in the dust? Are you going to leave yourself here in this space of fear, in this space of uncertainty, or are you going to allow yourself to actually change? To take that action, to do the thing that you love. Because you love it. 25-25 on the timer. Temperance. Exactly. Exactly. How are you going to balance the scales? For everything that you went through, how are you going to balance the scales? For everything that you've had to deal with, for every experience you've had, for every single, everything that's ever happened to you, in what way are you going to prove or show that all of it was worth it? 25-52 on the timer. All of it was worth it. How are you going to balance the scales? Because the one way that Spirit has been telling us to balance the scales over and over and over again is go have fun. Go exist out there. Go exist out there. If you can't find the motivation or inspiration to live in here or in your home or at your job, go out there and find it. Go out there and find it. There's reason and inspiration to keep going everywhere, every day. God, just literally looking outside, I think about this all the time. I am so lucky to be alive on a planet with trees. Do you ever think about that? In this one solar system, the only planet that has trees is this one. And that makes me wonder how many other solar systems out there, how many other planets, how many other worlds are out there that don't have trees. And, they don't have trees like this. They don't have trees like this. What if our planet is one of the only planets in this universe that produces fruit from trees? And we get to live in it. And we get to enjoy it. And we get to have it. We get to live with these creatures that exist way before and way after we're alive. And they only ever grow. They shed their leaves, they grow them again. They see and observe everything. And it's such a blessing. And it's silly, maybe, but ultimately it's one of the many reasons why I keep going. And why I get the motivation to make and work on the things that I want to make and work on. Because I don't get to stick around as long as these trees do. I don't get to be here as long as a tree does. I mean, maybe I'll reach 80, maybe I'll reach 90, maybe I'll get a little over that. But I'm never gonna reach beyond 100. Never gonna reach beyond 200. Never gonna reach beyond 3. God, and there are trees out here that have existed, or there used to be trees out here that have existed for thousands of years. There are so many things that are going to outlive me, which means that I need to do what I can to do what I need to reach the goals that I have today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day until my goals are met. Until I can hold them in my arms, give them a nice little kiss, drink some champagne, dance with them, and then let them go and see what they become without me. That's my motivation. That's my reason why I keep going. That is one reason why I keep going. And we still have the reminder open right now, by the way. Queen of Cups with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, stop defending yourself from experiencing emotional fulfillment. Stop hiding yourself from experiencing a new level of love. And stop cornering yourself behind these walls in the hopes of preventing yourself from feeling suffering, when suffering is only ever evidence of love. The one thing that you know for a fact is every single time you have suffered, it's because you loved. Don't forget that. I love you so much, angels. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read your energy. If you liked this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how this resonated with you. And if you feel so called to, I do have my Cash App in the description box below if you would like to tip me. Tips are always appreciated, but never required. You being here is more than enough. Way more than enough. Okay? I love you so, so, so much. And I hope I will see you in the next reading, okay?